Hey guys, it's a great day here at Real Talk Media Studios because I have Eric Edelman joining me today.
Hi.
Hello, I want to talk about, there's a lot of changes going on.
Yes.
I want to talk about the changes at the I-15 Rancho Penasquitos area.
Yes.
We've got big things happening, so maybe we can discuss that.
Yeah, absolutely. I've lived in Carmel Mountain Ranch on the east side of 15 from Penasquitos for the last 18 years. And I've been the Community Planning Board Chairman in Carmel Mountain Ranch for several years. And so one of the things that really defined those communities in the 1990s was golf. Carmel Mountain Ranch was built around a golf course, with the golf course literally weaving throughout the community, complete with golf cart tunnels and everything else under the streets. It was
cool.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And then across the freeway at the DoubleTree Hotel, it's been through several owners over the years, there was another golf course. So over the last 5 years, both of these golf courses have closed and been approved for redevelopment by the city of San Diego. And what the city of San Diego is doing with any new development within the city now is basically they want to see multifamily housing. They're not really looking for any new single family development going in. So what's happening on the west side of the freeway at the old DoubleTree course is it's being graded right now for, I believe, about 700 new units, all multifamily, mix of rentals and for sale. And then on our side of the freeway in Carmel Mountain Ranch, 1,200 units were approved, and then the Master Homeowners Association actually sued the developer and the city. They settled out of court to reduce the number to about 975.
That's still a lot.
It is. My group, the Community Planning Board in Carmel Mountain Ranch, the developer originally proposed 1,600 units. And we were vehemently objecting to that, and then they cut it to 12, then with the city approval and the HOA suit, now about 975. But you've got some very narrow fairways and interesting topography going on in Carmel Mountain Ranch. So it'll be interesting to see how it all shakes out. They are planning to put in 6 miles of walking trails that go along with this new community. So supposedly we're going to be able to all use these trails and get from here to there in Carmel Mountain Ranch on them. And we'll see how that works out, because again, the topography is pretty rolling, so I don't know that a lot of people are going to be, walking to Ralph's, for instance, but you could.
Right.
And then there's actually, part of the good news, I guess, if there is any coming to Carmel Mountain, is we're getting some new city parks. We're getting three new parks with this development.
So they're trying to keep some green space.
Yes.
It's unfortunate I know we have to do it. I know
Yeah.
that obviously we have more per capita than we do housing. So
Yeah.
I know that that's a struggle. But
Yes.
yeah, think about all of the homeowners in there
Yes.
that purchased and wanted to be in a quieter setting.
Yes.
Now you're adding how many people. It's going to be a very, very highly populated area. And it
Yes.
already is. I'm
It is.
over in
Yeah.
that Carmel Mountain area quite
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
And it's already very highly populated. And now you're going to have to wrestle with, the traffic and
Yeah, parking at the shopping centers.
yes,
Yeah.
I don't, because those shopping center parking lots, when they were created for, so much of a population
Yes.
that was amongst them. And
Right.
now, they're not capable of being able to house that many cars in a parking lot. And it's going to be an
Yes.
interesting situation. I know that San Diego's doing their best,
Hmm.
but a lot of us are suffering in areas where we moved to an area where you thought, I'm moving to peace and tranquility. And
Right, and those are
it's
the
no
those are the
longer-
very homeowners that I was essentially elected to help represent, with regard to giving feedback to the city on new projects, and it was a very frustrating process. I learned a lot about how city government works or doesn't work,
Right.
and there's a lot of competing ideas, and the thought is that because there's a transit center there, that it doesn't matter if there's more cars because people will use public transit. But we tried to point out to the city that if somebody wants to take the bus to the shopping center, it takes 2 hours. You got to go to Rancho Bernardo, transfer,
Oh.
come back. It's very convoluted.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's going to affect life in these areas. That north part of Penasquitos is going to be greatly impacted by that development. And we're going to be impacted by what they're calling the trails at Carmel Mountain Ranch. And then the traffic up and down the 15 over the years is going to become a lot more impacted
We're
as
going to
well.
be like the 5. The
Yep.
15 is not going to be like the new 5.
Yep. Well, as they say, the times they are a changing. So we'll just
We
have
just
to
got to roll with the punches,
we
right?
got to roll with it, exactly.
We do.
Yep.
Okay, well, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
shedding light on all of that. I mean, that's a lot of my hub too over there. So it's interesting to know.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Eric, joining me at Real Talk Media Studios.